Let me tell you about something that happened when I was an intern at Sloan Kettering Hospital, one of the great cancer hospital in New York City. And this was many years ago. It was in the days before hospice, when the care of somebody who was dying became too difficult at home. People were actually brought into the hospital to die. The chief complaint was here to die, right? And I remember one such man. It's so long ago that I no longer recall his name, but I certainly recall his x-rays. His bones were riddled with cancer, and they looked like Swiss cheese, actually. And there were big masses of tumor in both of his lungs. And in the 2 weeks that he was with us in the hospital, every one of those lesions disappeared, and they never came back. Now, were we in awe? Certainly not. We were frustrated. Obviously, this man had been misdiagnosed. Someone had made a mistake, right? And so we sent his slides out to several pathologists around the country for review, and they all concurred that this was a cancer. This man had an osteogenic sarcoma, end stage. And so we held grand rounds, right? And the word had gotten out that we had an unusual case to discuss. And so 350 people, nurses and doctors, showed up for this grand rounds, and the case was presented, the man was presented, we saw his x-rays, we saw his slides, we heard the descriptions from his doctors, and I remember the conclusion that was drawn by all of these health professionals. It was decided that the chemotherapy, which had been stopped 11 months before, had suddenly worked. You know, too great a scientific objectivity can actually make you blind, right? Now, the embarrassing part of this story is that I never doubted this conclusion for the next 15 years. When everyone is thinking inside the box, it's hard to think outside the box, but often outside of the box is where life is. I sometimes think professional training is like a disease. It may be necessary to recover from it, you know? Fortunately, this is possible. I am a recovering doctor. This is what it looks like. Mystery is a way of seeing, a moment when the mask of habit that makes things familiar falls away, and we can catch a glimpse of life itself. So mystery does not require us to do anything. Mystery may simply require us to see familiar things in new ways and remember to wonder. People who wonder rarely burn out. Maybe we all need to know a little less and to wonder a little more.